Ladies and gents, I'm Papa Smoke and thanks for joining me on the House of Smoke social media. Okay, again, sorry if I'm cutting the top of my head off. You don't really need to see my face for this, you need to see the altar. So today we're doing a honey jar tutorial. Okay, so for this we need a jar. Now I'm only doing a simple 3 ingredient one, ladies and gentlemen. Doing this one on a friend for free because it's just a simple demonstration. Usually when I do things for clients I use a lot more oils and powders and more complex things are mixed in, but I'm doing this at a beginner's level. So if you want a honey jar, by all means replicate this, absolutely fine, yeah. Or if you want one done by a professional with over a decade of experience and extremely positive results, then hit me up for a work. Jar works on 50% sale until the 1st of July, but I'm fairly reasonable priced even when not anyway. So for this you need a jar, you'll need pink Himalayan salt, you'll need sugar, honey, cinnamon, your petition, candles, and I'm using sealing wax, but you can use the candles if you really want. Okay, so earlier on in the week you'll have seen me use lavender to twist a love candle. So that's a good candle to use for the top of your jar. Okay, so first of all we take the jar, yeah, and we get the honey. I'm not going to show the price or the brand. It's a decent brand, though, it's a premium brand, but I'm not going to show the price or the brand. I'm not doing getting in trouble for advertising and logos and all that crap. Okay, so get the jar and we fill it full of honey. Yeah, fill it full of honey. Give the bottle a squeeze to get it out there. A whole bottle of honey in this bad boy, yeah. Whole bottle of honey in this bad boy. Yeah. So what I've done earlier as well is round the jar. Here on the plate there's a circle of Himalayan pink salt. That's why you need it. What that does is it protects the love, it keeps it pure and cleansed, and it protects it from outside influences as well. So it's a protective layer there to keep all the energies loving and all the energies cleansed, and any interference from any negative outside energies cleansed and blocked out, and any influences from them cleansed and blocked out, and not received by you or your lover, so that no one and nothing can get in the way of your perfect love and your perfect relationship. Okay, so we fill it full of honey, getting a full bottle in there. Great stuff. Now, we want the honey jar to be sweet. Our next thing we add, ground cinnamon. Yeah, put that in there. Next thing we add is the sugar. This is a simple 3 ingredient recipe. Like I said, there's all sorts of love oils and powders. I add to them professionally when I do them for a paying client, but this is just a simple example for you guys at home if you're on a beginner level and you want to try it yourself. And like I said, if you want a much more potent, effective honey jar, come to me directly. Now, rather than doing it yourself, or do it yourself and then come to me directly. Now, what a honey jar's for, Papa Smoke, you ask. Honey jars are for sweetening things up. So if you're already in a relationship, they can sweeten things up between you and your partner. Say you've been locking heads and arguing lately, you can sweeten things up and resolve that without damaging anyone's free will. It just basically sweetens up the positive intentions that are already there and the positive energies and feelings that are already there. Yeah, if you've fallen out with your friend, you can sweeten your relationship up with your friend in order to reconcile. If you're lonely and single, you can sweeten your love life up and attract the right person to you, someone that will make you feel good and someone that is sweet. Yeah, there's numerous different intentions for honey jars. Okay, next thing you want your petition. Here I've got a VV and my wording on the back. Again, if you serve demons, you want to work with a demon that does love work. If you don't serve any deities at all, you want to just put your will and intention into this, and instead of drawing a VV on the back, draw a love heart, yeah? And the petition for this is done 5 times on 5 lines the name, yeah? 3 times on 3 lines the name because it's positive, I do apologise. And 5 times on 5 lines the intention, yeah? And then what we do is we fold this one up 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, put that in the jar, put the lid on the jar. We want to seal the work into the jar as well. Now, some people believe that this should be stored, and some people believe that this should be buried. A lot of people bury their jar works. Either way, a lot of jar works are covered by the law of concealment, so you shouldn't let anyone find them, whether you store them or bury them. What I'm adding to this jar as well is just a bit of lavender oil to give my friend a little oomph. Lavender itself is a herb of love. Yeah. Okay. So, as you can see, the jar fits in a circle of Dead Sea salt, but we're going to take it off a minute because we're going to use the sealing wax now to create a seal around the jar to stop the energy getting out in terms of loving energies. Now, shout out to Mordred Carver from the channel Rib Crow Fairies for sending me this sealing wax. To seal all the way around the jar. Don't know. Ideally, we're looking to paste that on and create a seal all the way around the jar so we don't let any of the energies out. Yeah. Okay. Next thing we do, stick the candle to the top. Yeah. Now, as you can see in front of me, the lower have already got their drinks offerings because we've been busy today. So they've already got their drinks offerings out for their presence here. In front of us as the offerings for the work, we've got 2 cigars and 2 coins. So we've got a cigar each and a £1 coin each. Coffee was offered to them earlier. We're going to burn some lavender incense for the intention of for an offering as well. And because this is positive, we go clockwise, yeah, when we light things. So by the power of the earth, by the force of the fire, by the inspiration of the air, and by the virtues of the water, I salute the 4 directions and declare this ritual open. By the power of the earth, by the force of the fire, by the inspiration of the air, and by the virtues of the water, I salute the 4 directions and declare this ritual open. By the power of the earth, by the force of the fire, by the inspiration of the air, and by the virtues of the water, I salute the 4 directions and declare this ritual open. O Bavon Samdio Maman Brigitte et me, I come before you today asking for your assistance to empower and bless this honey jar, to inhabit this honey jar, and to imbue it with loving and attraction and lust energy, mainly sweet energy and loving energy. This particular person wants to be more confident in themselves. This particular person wants to shed insecurities, wants to shed self-loathing and all of that stuff. But this particular person as well would also be like to be sweeter to people in his life that he's close to, so that he can maintain healthy relationships moving forward, and make people around him happy and sweet. Okay, so the particular person named on the jar, I'm not naming on the video, but please sweeten up their love life and make them sweet towards everybody that they care about in their life. Yeah, especially significant others and people who they love, people who they love. Make them sweet to people who they love, and sweeten their love life up. As payment for this, I offer you the cigars, the coins, heat and light from the candles. You've already had coffee from an earlier work, so we're not going to say that, but we will say the incense. Much love and respect. So, ladies and gents, remember the jar represents the microcosm. Whatever we put in that jar, in this case sweet things and lavender, the energies of that will manifest in that person's microcosm to fetch them a sweet, pure, true love. This person identified from the breakdown of a couple of relationships they've had before that they need to be sweeter, they need to be less insecure, less possessive, and they need to be more trusting, and they need to love themselves a lot more as well, so that they can invite actual true loving energies into their life and maintain healthy relationships in their life. Okay. Another thing honey jars can be used is a honey jar can be done on yourself to increase self-love too. So it can be quite a healing process as well. Okay, this has been honey jars how-to. Some people store these, some people bury these, whatever you believe is fine. Usually jar works buried, but some works are covered by the law of concealment. This would, if it was to sweeten a certain two people up towards each other, say for example, if a girlfriend says to me, can you sweeten my boyfriend up for me please, he's been a little mean, and the boyfriend sees it, then it can undo it. However, if someone does it on themselves, of course they're going to see it, and if someone's partner has it done to them and their partner sees it, it's absolutely fine. Anyway, I'm rambling now. This has been Honey Jars. Don't know anything I want to do it. It ain't the right lot. Questions in the comments. And remember, if you want a much more potent one prepared in a much more professional way with many more ingredients, hit me up. Okay? Peace.